Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Dow Jones. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios a price may take and explain why I prefer one counter or another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on a weekly time frame, we've had this trend line in place for some time now. Again, same as with other indices, we are very close to testing this trend line, or we are testing it right now. So the open on the next week is very important. Whether we're going to be breaking this trend line here on a weekly or not, we'll see. But again, if we do, it could entail that we have had some kind of bottom in place down here at these very lows. Again, this is very significant since we could be seeing a correction of this whole downwards turn upwards and then possible continuation downwards again. So to me, this structure here, if we are even done, would be correcting or be only a part of the larger time frame correction. Why? Well, just because we have not really retraced that far here. We're not even going to the 32 retracement here on arithmetic, logarithmic scale. On arithmetic, we just tap it. So to me, I would like us to see getting down to these lows around the October 2020 lows. For that to be achieved, we could be having this as 3 waves, another 3 waves, and then either 5 waves depending on how high we get this retracement to, or another 3-way structure downwards. But that is the overall view here. On daily, we have pretty much the similar trend line. We have some room here, however, for a couple of days to get up back to that trend line here. So again, very similar to the weekly time frame here on the daily. To me, this looks better with a completion of this structure other than the other indices that I've looked at. And at the moment we can see this as a W, X, and now this would be a wave Y. Now on arithmetic scale, we do get beyond the 1.382, and logarithmic scale right to the 1.618. So very good looking structure overall here. The only thing that I don't like is this structure here for the A wave of this wave Y, in which again we have, or at least I've labeled it as this 1, 2, then this weird structure would be 3, 4, and 5. And this is basically a structure that I had to place in for us to get an ABC here. Again, this is the original Elliott Wave book, the rule set in which we can't have a complex correction within a complex correction. So I have to be having a simple correction within this wave Y. So we can't have WXY here. The other possibility is that we have a WXY there and just ignore the old book, as the markets probably have changed since then. In this one, we could have an ABC here into X, or W, 3 waves into X, another A, B, and C into wave Y, and that would get us to wave W here as well. And then we could have this as a 3-way pullback. I can't see this being a flat at all because this retracement is too low, so that's why I'm calling it WXY. And again, if this is indeed a WXY of this higher time frame, then we would be looking at a 3-way structure down here instead of completing it here. So those are the main differences and why I don't really like this structure here, but overall the extensions really work here. However, we did not get to the one-to-one extension here on either logarithmic or arithmetic scale, so that makes it a bit less good looking. On the other indices, this is still the preferred setup in which we are looking at this as an A, B, and C. At least for me, that looks better on the other indices. So it would be really weird to see that one of the indices would be doing something else than the others. Definitely this structure overall is my primary, still this WXY, but again, the original Elliott Wave book version of this correction is still in play, I guess, and we'll see what happens. One of the other structures is still this one, in which we have this as an A or 1, then B or 2, and then C or 3. We did create a very low here on RSI, so I don't think this is right count. However, I can't really fit any other scenario here if we want to be having this as a 1, 2 or A, B, C. So this has to be the count, unless, yeah, this could be wave 1 here too. This would be then another 1, 2, but again, it does not really matter. This is going to be the most bearish count that I have, and we'll treat it as such, as the least likely option I have here. So those are pretty much the overall higher time frame expectations. For me, this is again the main, so I'm going to be focusing on this video. In this again, we have had this 5-way structure finished, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, exactly the same as other indices. Nothing weird about that. At the moment, we have almost retraced the wave A around the golden pocket. Did not quite get there, very close though. So the purpose of these next counts is trying to get this wave B in place and then head down for that C wave. C wave should take out the lows we had here for the A wave at the minimum and could extend further. We're going to be projecting the targets there for the C wave later, as once we have pivoted the B wave. So again, there's no rush to look into the extension targets here before wave B is in. Now, however, overall, I wanted to create two different kind of cases, bullish and bearish. One is again for the original Elliott Wave book, or the principle, saying that we have some kind of bottom here in place. The other one is more bearish. That would suggest more that we have this as the B wave and continuation downwards. So let's start with the bullish case. In this one, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, very extended fifth. Does not really fit too well. Again, this definitely looks like a 5-way structure here. But yeah, it somewhat fits. So again, a wave 1 here, then 3-way back into wave 2, and now we would be off to something else. This would be the start of wave 3, but again, it's really hard to say what kind of structure we have here. All of this mess here in the middle is very overlapping. So I could see some kind of diagonal there, but again, the start of this is really weird looking. Same as with the other indices that I've talked about, we had the issue of trying to analyze and figure out what kind of mess or count this should be, whether it's going to be an A, B, and C higher, or this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or whatever. There's definitely issues here that most likely will resolve itself in time. Of course, it could be something like this, doing something like this, and then this whole count would still be alive like so. But again, I'm not going to be trading this structure here at all until it gets more clear. Now the bearish scenario is this one, in which we have an A, B, and very extended C wave, then again some kind of 3-way move A, 3 ways into B, and then C wave. For sure the B wave mess, or is a mess. I'm not quite sure how am I going to be putting that in here. Maybe it is just this leg and then 3-way structure like so in the middle, and then again 3 ways, possible WXY in the middle, but yeah, not too fast about it. This definitely, this last leg looks like 5 waves, so yeah, that's why I'm thinking this overall structure could be some kind of ABC. The only issue with that again is how we're going to be getting 5 waves into this A wave. And of that, I'm not quite sure. We would have to have some kind of almost invisible wave 1 and 2 here. Maybe it is something like this. Then we would have something like this. But again, definitely does not have the right look in it. WXY would fit this idea a bit better. But again, at that point, we would have to say that we have it here and then the last leg would be an expanded flat. That would definitely work. Even could be better than the current one. So we could be labeling, whoops, not like that. Not like that. Let me redo that again. Or something like this. Again, the wave Y did take out the wave W bottom here, so that is fine. Overall, we did not retrace too much of this first leg here. Around the golden pocket, just beyond. So overall, as we had 3-3, then we would be looking again as a 3 wave to finish this whole thing up. So something like this, and this would be a minute count. Let's take a look at what are the extension targets for this correction to end. Like so, and wave C. The minimum we would want to see is the 0.618. This would not take out the highs here, which would be definitely not normal. I would definitely expect it to take out these highs. The next target is again the 1-to-1, 32.558K. And again, let's see if there is some kind of a structural support there. Let me bring out this guy here and take a look if there's some kind of a naked point of controls anywhere close. Not really. There is one above at 32.8, but again, structural support for sure. These lows, all these are there, so I am expecting some kind of volume starting to come in here as well. Let's see. Well, this volume is starting to get higher here, so anywhere basically this area would be the target. So these areas is the target area that I would be looking for this to go to. Now, where do we have the invalidation of the higher time frame count? It is right at the top of this stuff, or these things here. It is not this one, not that one, this one. Here we go. So as we have thought this would be a 5-way move here, we can't take out the highs here at the start, which is again 33.33K. So if the price goes beyond that, then this structure here is out of the question. I can't see this structure being a 3-way move at all under any circumstance. So if it takes out these highs, I would be thinking that this is the bottom for now. Again, this would be the count at that point. If we don't take that high out and we start pivoting around the areas that I was showing downwards, then definitely still expecting the same continuation that we've been expecting for quite some time. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I want to share today. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and please let me know what asset should I cover next. For now, I thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.